Lots going on, man. We just
Yeah.
talked about Vin Scully passing away, one of the greatest voices of all time. I was just telling Dustin, I was like, man, that's a voice. I could just see me sitting out on a front porch in a rocking chair, listening to a game, him calling it on a nice breezy night. Couldn't get much nicer than that.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was the soundtrack for so many for so many people, especially on the West Coast. But he did so many national games that I think he went even beyond the West Coast. And I was very lucky. I worked in San Diego for a couple of months early in my career and got to meet Mr. Scully. Could not have been nicer to a young nobody like me. And Dustin made a really good point as I was coming on, that he not only told great stories, but he knew when to shut up. He knew when to let the atmosphere, the crowd carry the story. I was at that game, believe it or not. I'm this old, 1988, when Kirk Gibson hit the home run. But I remember later listening to the broadcast how after he said what he said, he went quiet for a very long period of time just to let the moment wash over everybody. And I thought that there's a genius in knowing when to let the story tell itself.
Yeah,
without the soundtrack.
The crowd was, you could not have had a better soundtrack at that moment when he let it go. It's like he set it up and let a balloon go and just let that noise just sing. I mean, I get goosebumps right now, and I'm not a Dodgers fan. I just think about those kinds of calls, and I know what they do. And you're right. It's like, it's perfection. I mean, it's timing. It's knowing what you're doing.
The only thing that sucked about it was that I was working for Cleveland, and I was on a West Coast deadline. And in like the fourth or fifth inning, I can't remember, Jose Canseco hit this bomb of a home run that actually dented one of NBC's cameras. And so everybody in the press box was ready to go with their column about Jose Canseco. And then this limping guy comes up, looks like he can barely walk, and boom, hits a home run. Everybody's on these killer deadlines. Like, what in God's name am I supposed to do now? And Dustin can understand this feeling.
This is all right. The craziest thing that I've ever had happen to me on Twitter, as far as someone following me, is that person right there,
Jose Canseco. Yeah, I actually looked into going on one of his Bigfoot. He does these things where he looks for Bigfoot, and he does these different excursions looking for UFOs, and I think that'd be a funny story.
Dude, I'm in. I mean, we do the show a week. I'll do a week's worth of shows looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Oh, hell yes.
Just to change the subject real briefly, we talked about Vin Scully, and of course, earlier this week, Bill Russell passed away. Now, I'm not quite old enough to have remembered watching him play, but having been around Bob Ryan so much in my career, and you look at the numbers, and beyond what he did on the basketball court, he took chances like Kaepernick. I mean, he was very, very political. He was very much a part of the civil rights movement, and just an amazing human being who, left a large mark on basketball and the society at large.
Well, Bob,
go ahead.
We were talking about this earlier too. When you talk about the greatest basketball players of all time, you usually hear Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson. Those are the three. There's probably some other guys in there, but you don't usually hear Bill Russell at the top of that or in that conversation. Yet he won 11 championships, and I don't have the stats right in front of me, but I think when you look at his era and what he was able to do, there haven't been many players that have been as dominant as he was during his era. And to me, that's what I'm not talking about athleticism. I'm talking about domination. Why do you think he's not in that? in that conversation.
No, he's not, but he is the greatest winner who's ever lived.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that LeBron is a better player, this guy, that guy, but has there ever been a better winner? And we're not just talking about those great teams with the Celtics. He did it in high school. He did it in college at University of San Francisco with, was it White, who he played with? Or Sam Jones. I can't remember who he played with, but I think Sam Jones. And yeah, the guy never lost. And, I've gone back and read some stuff on his, when he went up against Wilt Chamberlain, who was considered that guy. And he always gave him the business. He just played so hard and so smart. And I watch guys now, they block shots and they want to put it in the 15th row, to make it look like it was a big deal and get on ESPN Sports Center. And one thing that Russell did, and I see Miles Turner do this as well, he's able to block the shot and keep it in bounds and get it to his teammate. And that's not something that you see a lot of guys do these days. Now they want to, they want to knock it into the 15th row and beat their chest a little bit.
Speaking of chest, it is National Boob Day.
Isn't every day National Boob Day in our world?
Well, it actually is. So
is it really?
I swear, I'm reading a text right now. It said, "Keep them healthy, ladies." Just a reminder that mammogramming your boobs, mammogramming is more important than Instagramming.
Yes, it is.
Well, there you go.
So,
okay, so it's not National Boob Day. It's National Take Care of Yourself Mammogram Day.
I think it draws much more attention being called National Boob Day.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
I'll have to remind my wife.
Great segue.
That was really that was good.
It's every now and then I got something. And Lars Tate. We're speaking of great athletes that we've lost. Lars Tate also passes away. That one at a great Indiana connection, obviously, from North Central High School to Georgia, the NFL. He was were you around when he was in high school here, Bob?
I don't think so.
He played for Georgia in 07 or 04 to 07. So obviously,
it might have been when I
school.
just got here. Maybe when I just got here.
But you mean 84 to 87, not 04.
Oh, okay. Okay, then yeah.
Lars Tate.
Yeah, he didn't play it. He played in the 80s.
Oh,
his son Donovan Tate is younger.
Yes, yeah. He graduated high school in 1983, so he would have been at Georgia from 84 through 88.
Before my time. But it's Boob Day.
There's always that.